Hi, boys and girls. Today we are going to do some garden math, and specifically, we are going to be looking at garden addition. And we will have little maths like this, and this is a garden. And there will be different plants that are planted in these rows. And with addition, we start out with some and then we put more in. So that will be happening. And we will have vegetable gardens, and this happens to be lettuce. And then I want to show you that we will also have flower gardens. So we're just going to call these purple flowers, okay? But we'll have some other kinds of flowers too. So while we're doing this, Mrs. Becker's going to move this screen so you just look at the mat and you won't necessarily see my face, and that's okay, right? All right, so now we are looking at a vegetable garden, and we have some lettuce planted in our vegetable garden. Well, how many heads of lettuce do we have here? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 heads of lettuce, and you know what we're going to do? We're going to add some tomatoes to our garden. So let me use a die, and we'll roll it, and we'll see how many tomatoes we need to add. Can you count that? 1, 2, 3. There are 3 circles there. So we're going to put 3 tomatoes or tomato plants in our garden. You can help me count. 1, 2, and 3. So let's count and see how many we have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that means that 5, when we start with 5 and then we add 3 equals 8. And just like I always do, I am going to use the whiteboard and show you what that looks like. All right, so we started with 5. We put 3 more in, so we ended up with 8. So this reads 5 plus 3 equals 8. Can you say that with me? 5 plus 3 equals 8. Very good. And that garden looks pretty full, doesn't it? All right. We are sticking with our vegetable garden. And look what we have in our first row of vegetables. We have tomatoes. And I think this time we are going to add some beans, okay? Some green beans. And we better figure out how many we should add. So I'll roll the die. And can you tell what I came up with? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So I have to find 4 green beans. Just a second here. 1, and you can help me count. 2, 3, and 4. Oh my goodness. Now, I think I forgot to have you count how many tomatoes were here already. Let's count. 1, 2, 3. All right, so we started with 3. We put 4 uh, bean plants in. Let's count how many we have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we start with 3 and we add 4, and that gives us 7. So let me write that out so you can see what that looks like, okay? All right. So started with 3, put 4 more in, ended up with 7. And this reads 3 plus 4 equals 7. Can you say that with me? 3 plus 4 equals 7. Very good. And that vegetable garden is good, isn't it? All right. I think we will switch and do a flower garden now. What do you think? I think that sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? All right, so we have some blue flowers here. They are probably tulips. All right, but we'll just call them blue. Let's count how many we're starting with. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 blue flowers. Should we add some pink flowers? I think we should. Let's find out how many we'll add. Oh my goodness. Can you count all those circles there? 1, 2, then on the other side, 3, 4, and then in the middle is 5. Oh, I need to add 5 pink flowers. Can you help me count? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh my goodness. So how many blue flowers did we start with? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we added 5 pink flowers. So how many do we have altogether? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my goodness. Our garden is pretty full, isn't it? So we started with 4. We put 5 more flowers in. So all together we have 9. And this is what that looks like. 4 is what we started with. We put 5 in. We ended up with 9. And this reads 4 plus 5 equals 9. Can you say that with me? 4 plus 5 equals 9. Good job. Well, that garden's full. All right, let's put that one away. And we have another flower garden here. Oh, this time, what color flowers do we have? I know we have some purple flowers, don't we? And how many do we have? 1, 2. Well, I think this time we will add some blue flowers to the garden. You think that's a good idea? And let's see how many we're supposed to add. Oh, how many? Just 1? Well, that's pretty easy. Can you count that far? I bet you can. 1. That was easy. So we started with 2. We put 1 more in. How many do we have altogether? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. So once again, I'm going to write out so you can see what it looks like. All right, started with 2, added 1 more. We have 3 altogether. So this reads 2 plus 1 equals 3. Can you say that with me? 2 plus 1 equals 3. Good job. All right. I think we'll stick with flowers. Mrs. Becker likes flowers a lot. And I dropped my next garden on the floor, so just a second. So, Mrs. Becker. And we have pink flowers to start with. How many pink flower plants do we have? Just 1. Well, I wonder how many we're going to add, and I think we should add some purple. All right, we'll add some purple. Oh, look at that. 1. Can we count that high? I hope so. 1. All right, so we started with 1 and we put 1 in. How many do we have total? 1, 2. Oh my, what does that look like? Let's find out here. And I'll turn it towards you just a second. All right, so we started with 1, put 1 in, ended up with 2. And this reads 1 plus 1 equals 2. Can you say that with me? 1 plus 1 equals 2. Very good. All right, so that garden is as full as it's going to be right now. All right, then I thought it would be fun to show you a little more challenging kind of garden. We're going back to a vegetable garden here. And the top row has lettuce plants. The middle row has tomato plants. And the bottom row has beans. So how many lettuce do we have? 1, 2, 3. How many tomato plants do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many beans do we have? 1. All right, which row has the most plants in it? Which row? Is it lettuce, tomatoes, or beans? It is, it's tomatoes with 4. Now here's the tricky part. Which row has the least or the fewest or not as many as the others? Oh my goodness, it's the beans with only 1. That's right. Now, we could actually add all of these together and see how many we have all together. Should you count with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this would look like something we haven't looked at before. So I'm going to write it down here so we have it right. All right, I'm ready. We, we had 3, and we had 4, and we had 1. This is still all, we can all add all of this. So 3 plus 4 plus 1 equals 8. You want to say that with me? 3 plus 4 plus 1 equals 8. I know. Who knew we could put 3 numbers together and when we added? Well, we can. There's our vegetable garden. I think we'll do the same thing with a flower garden. All right. So in our top row, we have blue flowers. And then the middle row has purple flowers. And the bottom row has pink flowers. How many blue flowers do we have? 1, 2. How many purple flowers do we have? 1, 2, 3. And how many pink flowers do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which row of flowers has the most, the largest number? Oh, if you said the pink, you're right, with 5. You can see that row's longer, isn't it? Which one has the least or the fewest or not as much as any of the other ones? Oh, you're right, the blue flowers with only 2. It's kind of easy to see that, isn't it? When you look at how long each row is. Now, I can also write this one out so we can see what we end up with at the end. So we had 2 blue flowers, we have 3 purple flowers, and we have 5 pink flowers. So let's count and see how many we have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that one looks like this. We had 2 blue, 3 purple, 5 pink. So altogether we have 10. So we read this by saying 2 plus 3 plus 5 equals 10. Can you say that with me? 2 plus 3 plus 5 equals 10. I know. Amazing. So we did a lot of addition today with gardens, didn't we? And we had 2 kinds of gardens, vegetable garden and flower garden. And we are reminded that when we add, we're putting more in. Okay, we're putting more in. And some other day this week, we will be doing more garden math. But instead of doing addition, we are going to do subtraction. All right, boys and girls, thank you for helping. Bye-bye.